Are you looking for a solid pair of headphones for recording at a good price? Well, I got one for you. Hey everybody, Jay here. Welcome to the OnoTech channel. This is my secondary channel to the Ono Coffee channel, which is the main channel that we do all of our videos on. And on our channel, we do a lot of videos about coffee where we travel around the world. And of course, all those videos have to be edited. And so we use the DaVinci Resolve editing system, as well as using the Volt 2 interface from Universal Audio. And those are connected to the Kali LP6 monitors, which is a great setup. However, every once in a while, you want to listen to your mix in headphones. And the question is, what's the best headphone to buy? And there's so many out there. There are really cheap ones, like the ones I've been using that are from Sony, which are not bad. They just don't have the tonal clarity and resonance and, the spatiality, I guess you'd say, of like more expensive ones. Then there's like the Focals, which are like wildly expensive, but they sound incredible. Somewhere in between, there has to be a happy medium. And I think of that is the Beyer-Dynamic DT990 Pros. And the 990 Pros came out relatively recent. It used to not have the Pro designation. I don't really know what they changed with it, but it's supposedly for the better. But as it says here on the back, studio legend, open comfort, handcrafted in Germany. And these are what's called open back. As you can see here in the illustration, it's got this venting. And what's the difference between open back and closed back? Real simple. Open back means that there's venting on the back of the headphones. Closed back means there isn't. It's all fully encased. Most of you probably had fully encased headphones. And what those are really good at is delivering audio to your ears and not allowing that audio to permeate beyond your ears. So with open back, as you can imagine, because there is the slats in the open back, some of the sound can escape. Now that gives you greater spatial clarity and a larger sound stage, audio-wise. But by allowing that noise to escape, if you're recording and using those to monitor while you're speaking or while you're singing or whatever, there is the possibility of that audio bleeding onto your track. So it's really a question of what you want to do. Now, if you're not really keeping the the audio volume really high, and you've got a pretty good isolating microphone like this Electro Voice RE20, then you may not have that problem. But that is something to consider. But you do get a better spatial performance, generally speaking, out of open back versus closed back. So why did I decide to go to this one? So about a year ago, I messaged Curtis Judd and I was like, Curtis, I'm looking to get some headphones. What do you recommend? And this is one of the recommendations he made. The Beyer-Dynamic does have a DT770 PRO that is the closed back version. They're about the same, but I decided to go with the open back because I've never had open back headphones before. And all the other headphones we have here are closed back. So I've got the closed back world covered, especially if I just need closed back for recording, just to listen as I'm doing voiceovers for videos. That's well covered. But how about if I want to listen back to the mixes during the post-production process and really start to try to hear things and make better mixes? I think the open back will do the better job. Now, I did get this version that is, what they say, 250 ohms. Right, so 200, you can see that sticker right there, 250 ohms. Now, what does that mean? The 250 ohms is basically the amount of resistance that the speakers of the headphones are giving. Higher number, better performance, but you also need greater amplifiers to drive it, right? So the more power that's needed, potentially the more problems. So like right now, I'm using a Volt 2 interface from Universal Audio. Some people say that that's plenty enough. Some people say it's not. Now, if you're listening at lower volume levels, it's probably not a big deal. But at the more higher you're trying to turn it, you may start to get more noise. You may start to get more hiss. And in those situations, if you really want to use 250 ohms, you may have to turn to external headphone amplifiers that will deliver to you louder tonality with clean sound, no more hissing and all that. But I thought that let's go with the 250s because they're the better quality. They're going to be the better performers. And if I have to get an audio amplifier for it, well, I guess I'll have to do that. But I do believe that the Volt series of interfaces from Universal Audio do have enough oomph to power these well. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to unbox it and check it out. So we've got our box here. You can see they've got a little bit of a we've got a little bit of a seal here. So we're going to pop that seal. And there they are. Wow, that just looks cool. Let's turn them on this way so we can see them as we take them out. Look at that. And what's left on the inside, there is a warranty booklet here, which is blown out by the audio, and then a little bit of a handbook. So we got a little handbook here talking about maintenance, how to change the ear pads. So you can change the ear pads, change the headband pads. So this really a nice, nice headphone. We got a headphone bag. So if we want to carry it around, put it in a bag, and it's got on this thing here, the cable goes down into this space, which opens up like this. These Germans, they're very, very stylish in their packaging, aren't they? It's kind of like Mercedes-Benz. All right, let's pull this open here. There's and here it is. This is the Beyer-Dynamic DT990 PROs, 250 ohms. Look at that. Huh? Looks nice. The side with the cable typically is left. Is that right? Is there some place that says left or right? Somewhere, I'm sure there is. Yes. So inside here, on the inside of right here, you see the R, right? So it's got the little designation there. So the left side does have the cable. Oh, this one I thought had removable cord, but this does not have a removable cord, which shouldn't necessarily be a problem. Fit those on, and oh, that's distressing. I don't like that. That's just rife with problems. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put these in, plug these into the interface, and just see. I'm putting a direct feed. Check. Oh, how's that? Yeah, I can totally hear it. It is definitely, the higher impedance definitely keeps the volume down. I've got it probably cranked up to, looks like 85%, maybe 90%, but it is very clear. So I'm going to have to listen to some music and see exactly how it sounds. But so far, so good. Actually, whoa, listening to my voice now recording on this live stream through the microphone. Whoa, sounds pretty nice. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you today. Just share with you a quick unboxing and a little bit why you might consider the DT990 Pros or a open back headphone in general for recording use. Now, the 250 ohms is going to require a lot more power. If you get the 80 ohm version or 32 ohm version, you'll be golden on pretty much anything. You may not get some of the dynamic performance that they say that are on the higher end specs, but you know what? Does that really matter? That's something you have to ask you. Does that really matter to you? You're just trying, and think about your use. Are you just using it for voice, recording, voiceovers, or just listening to your audio as you're speaking or something like that? Or are you listening critically in maybe a sound environment? You want to listen to like your favorite music in a critical environment. You might want something a little bit nicer like this, more spatiality. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more over the next few months and see in different scenarios, both as recording as well as editing, mastering, and then actually just listening to music would be kind of fun. All right, so hope this helps you, and thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.